You have a complex, messy idea in your head, and you need to wrangle all those chaotic thoughts into a structured strategy document. So you turn to an AI, type out a few vague sentences, and hit enter. The result is almost always a generic, unhelpful block of text that completely misses the mark. The standard industry advice for this problem is loud and consistent. You need to optimize your prompts. But there is a severe mismatch between the AI optimization tools available today and the daily, practical reality of knowledge work. This chart plots our AI toolset. The x-axis represents upfront effort, and the y-axis measures output reliability. In the top right, enterprise tools demand enormous engineering effort to deliver highly reliable outputs. Down in the bottom left, we have consumer chat. It requires almost zero effort, but reliability is mediocre. That leaves a massive empty gap where most professionals actually operate. Today, we are mapping the 3 distinct tiers of prompt optimization so you can identify exactly which workflow matches your operational reality. Continuing to apply the wrong tool category to your specific task actively burns your time and creates a false sense that the AI itself is failing. This comparison matrix lets us objectively evaluate the true capabilities of the current AI landscape. First, consumer chat tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. The input here is simple. You ask the chat interface to rewrite or structure your prompt. The outcome is a single-pass phrasing improvement. The AI cleans up your grammar and makes the request slightly clearer. The trade-off is steep. It's fast, but lacks missing constraint diagnosis. It cannot tell you what context you left out. On a complete opposite end of the spectrum are Tier 2 infrastructure optimizers, specifically tools like Google Vertex AI. The input for Tier 2 involves building dedicated engineering workflows to run rigorous evaluations across massive datasets. The outcome here is true mathematical optimization. The system generates multiple prompt variants, scores them against strict metrics, and selects the definitive best version. However, the trade-off is severe. It requires immense technical overhead and custom coding. Without an evaluation layer, Tier 1 tools leave the user guessing if an output is accurate. Meanwhile, the technical demands of Tier 2 make it inaccessible for drafting a single strategy document, leaving knowledge workers caught in the middle. We need a conceptual bridge between casual chat and algorithmic optimization. That bridge is intent formation. This is the layer where a person turns vague intent into structured instruction before the AI model begins generating. Returning to our matrix, we can define this middle ground as Tier 3, the intent formation layer. The input process requires dedicating time to run your raw ideas through a structuring tool like Prompt Refiner. The outcome is a set of explicitly structured, well-formed instructions tailored exactly for a highly complex, one-off task. The trade-off is clear. It fixes the reliability problem, but it introduces upfront friction. You have to be deliberate. That means abandoning the fast, flawed illusion of progress you get from simply hitting enter in Claude or ChatGPT. Yet, unlike Google Vertex AI, this layer is highly accessible, requiring zero coding and zero datasets to execute. Reliable AI outputs require knowledge workers to accept a small amount of upfront friction to clarify their own human intent before the generation starts. We have to stop forcing consumer chat to act like an enterprise optimizer and stop believing we need engineering degrees to write a strong brief. This flowchart provides a definitive framework to align your task with the correct tool tier. It begins with one question. What is your primary AI task? First, is your task repeated across a large dataset? If yes, you are developing AI features. You need the enterprise tier, and you should utilize Vertex AI. If no, ask yourself, is this a low-stakes, quick query? If yes, you are writing a simple email or asking a basic question. Stay in the consumer tier and rely on the built-in rewriting features of Claude or ChatGPT. If the answer is still no, you are in the final, most complex scenario, high-stakes, open-ended analysis and planning. Here, knowledge workers must invest in the intent formation workflow, using a tool like Prompt Refiner to structure the request before generating. Crossing these streams is the root cause of AI frustration. A strategist cannot write a project plan using Vertex AI, and an engineer cannot build a scalable product using ChatGPT. High-level AI productivity comes from matching your specific operational stakes to the correct structural tier.